my technical person to just put something on the screen for me. We're not going to do a big story today. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Be happy, be good, be loving, be true. I'll meet you in heaven and live next door to you. Who will I see in heaven and living in a mansion fair? Just looking through the windows and see you. So-and-so is living there. Okay, so everybody's going to come and stand right here for you. All the people are going to go to heaven. Okay? We're going to start with next. I want to do stand and look. Come on. Okay, everybody ready? Be happy, be kind, be loving, be true. I'll meet you in heaven and live next door to you. Will I be in heaven and living in a mansion fair? Just looking through the window and see, oh, man is living there.
Verses 28 through 32. The Bible states clearly and succinctly, "And they drew near unto the village where they went, and he made as though he would have gone further. But they constrained him, saying, Abide with us. For it is toward evening, and the day is far spent. And he went in to tarry with them. And it came to pass, as he sat at meat with them, he took bread, and blessed it, and brake it, and gave to them. And their eyes were opened, and they knew him, and he vanished out of their sight. And they said to one another, Did not our heart burn within us while he talked with us by the way, while he opened to us the Scriptures?" Permit me for the next few moments, as you listen very carefully to these words from the Word of God. From broken spirits to burning hearts. Let us pray. For the next few moments, Heavenly Father, it is our deep desire that you will take absolute control. In Jesus' name. Amen.
You know my name. You know my name. And oh, how you walk with me. And oh, how you talk with me. And oh, how you tell me I am your own. Hi friends, happy Sabbath and happy day 28 of Vlogmas, I think. Today's also day 3 of Kwanzaa, and the principle for day 3 is Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. And this principle reminds us that it's basically our job as members of the community to uplift that community, to make it better, and to also take ownership of our brother and sisters' problems and help to solve them together. It's so funny, not funny, but appropriate that at the end of this year, where there has been so much going on in the fiber community, that I would be here you know, sharing and celebrating in Kwanzaa with you all. Because I know a lot of you guys are yarnies. Because why else would you watch this channel? But yeah, you know, so I think it's good that I am refreshing within myself these principles and the actions and intentions that go along with them, but then also sharing them with you all so that in whatever ways you want and whatever ways you decide to implement them into your lives, that you know, have these new perspectives. Not necessarily new perspectives, because these principles aren't new and they're not specifically principles that are espoused for and by Black people. No, these are principles that can be used by anybody in order to put a focused action on building a community. So yeah, my uncle preached at church this morning, so that was nice. Except for the time when, you know, they're introducing him and they had his wife stand, and then they were like, and Pastor Smith also has relatives in our church. Will those relatives raise their hand? And I was like, because y'all, when I tell you, I hate being singled out in any sort of way at church. Like, not what I want to do. Singing in the choir is about the most singled out that I want to be, because I'm like one of 10 people. That's the smallest group that I want to be in when I'm doing anything or having anybody look at me at church. Whenever when I've done welcome at our church, I think twice, and both times I ended up with the illest stress sweat. Like, because I really hate being up in front like that, where everyone's just specifically looking at me. So yeah, when the pastor was like, yeah, so Pastor Smith also has relatives here, would they please raise their hand? I'm so glad he didn't say stand up, because your girl hates standing up by herself for anything. One of the things that in being an introvert, one of the things that really gets to me whenever I'm at a church is, like, if I'm visiting at the church for the first time, a lot of churches will have their visitors stand and, you know, introduce themselves. Nah, bruh, don't want to do it. Don't want to do it at all. And it's been recently this year, I think, especially at our church here, that whenever they're doing the welcome for visitors, instead of asking the visitors to stand, they're now asking the visitors to either raise your hand or stand, whatever makes you comfortable. And that is so cool to me, because I am the most introverted out of basically, like, my circle of friends here at church, the most introverted. So whenever I'm, like, explaining something from an introvert mindset, everyone's like, I don't understand. Why don't you want to raise your hand? Why don't you want to stand up? Because not my jam. Is this soup? We got soup and bread. Oh, there's soup on the outside of these cups.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm sure you have.
They had spaghetti and they had rice and whatnot. And plenty of soup. I think it was supposed to just be soup and salad and stuff. So 2 big pots of soup and it's like no lie.
Oh.
Like on a regular day, I would have got a whole big bowl.
Right?
So they're saving some. So come back for community, I'll bring a big Tupperware and you can hook me up. Alan Tasty said this was really good.
Okay. So are we still going home?
You want to go home?
Nope. You want to say hi to the vlog?
So.
I was just talking about how here for welcome they've started doing you can stand or raise your hand, and that makes my introvert heart very happy. And I was telling them how when they're introducing Uncle Ron, and they said he's got relatives here at this church, and I was like, it's me. But yeah, so I got to see my aunt and uncle for a hot second after the service. Like, it was literally his closing prayer had like maybe like one line of closing song, and he turned around and looked at my aunt and was like, because they had to go catch their flight. So I'm standing up there for closing song, and I was just like, oh, y'all are leaving like now? And she was like, yeah, now. So I had to go run out, give her a quick hug, and my uncle was rushing so much to get to, catch the flight, that he walked right past me. I'm like standing next to my aunt, and I was like, hey, Uncle Ron. He's just focused. So I got to give him a little hug. Hi, friends. I'm home from a long Sabbath day. I have an awesome thing to share with you guys. So earlier this year, honestly, I don't remember when it was. Summer? Spring? Earlier this year, I met one of our podcast viewers. Her name is Amanda. And Amanda gave me an amazing gift. The gift was so amazing that I had since convinced myself that I misunderstood the gift and that it was not actually what it was. Until she texted me on, what was it, like the 22nd or 23rd, and was like, here's the tracking for your Kwanzaa calendar, like Kwanzaa Advent calendar. And then I was like, oh my gosh, girl, I totally convinced myself that wasn't real. Because I'm a weirdo like that. But anyway, she gave me the Chicken Coop Dye Works. I'll put a picture of this so you guys can see it. But Chicken Coop Dye Works did I want to call it an advent calendar, but it's basically that kind of idea where there's something to open up each day of Kwanzaa. And I got it on Christmas Eve, so it had been sitting there patiently waiting for Kwanzaa. And the first 2 days of Kwanzaa, I was just out of, like, just the scheduling didn't work. The scheduling of my day didn't work very well for me to open these things on camera. So I have 3 days of this calendar to open with you guys. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Amanda because this gift is so amazing. Okay, so we have the first day, and I've already taken the tape off and everything, so you don't have to worry about so much crinkling. It is wrapped in tissue paper, so this is the first day, and this is the colorway Tannenbaum, and it is on the beak base. Hi, Tootie. Why you got to be all up in the business? Did you eat your dinner? Yeah? Are you full? You're full and well fed? Honey, come sit down. Watch your tail. Come. Just come. There you go. Get out the tissue paper. She's like, you've been gone all day long and I haven't gotten my cuddles. Okay. Got Tootie in one hand and yarn in the other. My life is complete. She's like, you right. Anyway, this is Chicken Coop Dye Works in the beak base. And the beak base is a DK weight 50% superwash merino, 50% silk. So this is amazing. It's got a beautiful sheen, which you won't be able to see with my front facing camera, but I will show them like laid out. She's like draped over my leg right now. So dramatic. This dog. All the drama. But yeah. So that's a really pretty tonal it's tonal. Less semi-solid, but more tonal green. And then day 2. Oops. Tootie, sit still, please. Day 2 is right here, and this is the colorway Kente cloth, and is on the foghorn base. And foghorn is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's a fingering weight. So, yeah. I really like this. Oh, my Lanta. And I think with all of the yarns in the calendar have different bases, so that's pretty cool. So I'll get to like experience like the different blends and things like that, which crocheting with my Dundervent and Wishes Advent yarns has been really good, and like seeing the different kind of blends, fiber blends that I like. And I think I might be falling in love with MCN, and that's a problem for my bank account. Tootie, you gonna buy me MCN yarn? Yeah? You don't have any monies. What will you buy me yarn with? How will you get the monies? You don't get paid for being cute. Although if you could get paid for being cute, we'd be rich. You're so gross. She just burped in my face. And then we have day 3. Tootie, please don't knock my phone down. I appreciate it. And this one is wrapped in tissue paper and plastic. So I'm not sure what this one is. Well, I'm not sure what any of them are, but tissue paper and plastic. Ooh. These are 2 skeins of Leghorn, which they have a base called Foghorn and a base called Leghorn, and I'm kind of in love with that. Foghorn, Leghorn. But this one, Leghorn, is a fingering weight single ply, and this is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. So that is Leghorn, and this colorway is Midnight Clear. That's really pretty. Tootie, you're making so much noise. And then this other Leghorn is African Cichlids. Cichlids. I don't know how to pronounce that, but look at that. So those came together. So beautiful. And then it also has this little package. It's not for you. It's still not for you. Oh, aw, they're chickens. It's little chicken stitch markers. That's really pretty. Y'all are so cute. Thank you, Tootie, for blocking up the whole camera. You want to see the chickens? What did it taste like? Not food? That's what I thought. So I am going to put in some work on the Kwanzaa bags, and then when Lamar gets home, because he's out running errands, then we're going to sit down and light the candles for the 3rd day of Kwanzaa and talk about the principle. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm about to sit down and edit this podcast, not a podcast, this vlog, and I wanted to make a correction when I was opening up the Kwanzaa calendar. The label on the day 3, and I put them back in here for safekeeping. The label on this one, it's Leghorn, but the fiber content was wrong because I was looking at the website. And the single is 100% superwash merino. So, and even when I'm looking at it, you can tell, like with my eyeballs, that there isn't stellina in here. But I believed the label, and I was like, well, maybe I just can't like see the stellina because I'm inside. No, it's 100% superwash merino. So yeah, I was gonna light the candles with Lamar, but he fell asleep, and he's been just running, even though it's his holiday break. He's been working. I think he worked a couple days at his job at Universal, and then he's also been having to go into work with the basketball team at his school. So, homeboy's tired, and I was going to light the candles with him so that we could talk about today's principle, but it's real life, guys. So, happy day 3 of Kwanzaa, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 4. And maybe we'll light these Kwanzaa candles before Kwanzaa's over. Maybe. We'll see. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.